Hey there, Media Mail Gang. It's Katie with KateyReads, and welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, I resell used books and ephemera on multiple platforms, and we talk about that here on this channel. I also sell media, and I don't think I talk about media enough on this channel. That's something I might be trying to transition to more. It's talking about what I do with my CDs, DVDs, cassette tapes, etc. Today, I want to show Thrift Books and how I am utilizing Thrift Books for DVDs and things like that. And I do want to thank Thrift Books. They are sponsoring this video. I use them every single day now in my book business, and they do accept DVDs and CDs. So it's just like sell back your book. However, they give you a little bit more than what my experience has been with sell back your book. Most of the CDs and DVDs accepted by Sell Back Your Book have been 5 cents and 12 cents. So we're going to try out Thrift Books and kind of see what that looks like and see how much they're willing to give us. Let me make this a little bit bigger here for you guys to see. All right, so when you're on the Thrift Books main page, you can log in and you can go to Sellback Shelf and kind of start that way if you haven't started anything yet. But I've already started. I already have 14 items that I'm in process of sending to them for $20.30. So we're going to add to that and see what we can find. Now you can do a mobile scan or a manual entry. I don't have my scanner hooked up to my laptop, but I do have a USB scanner that I can hook up to my laptop and scan quicker that way. So the way that I'm manually doing this isn't the only way to do it. So let's start with, so I'm going through some Blu-rays. Okay, these are basic Blu-ray discs. I did already go through most of the DVDs. I don't think they accepted any of my DVDs. Let me see here. No, it was mostly books. So now I'm trying the Blu-rays. I got these through a free book pickup. Go watch one of my other videos. I go through the entire book pickup. It was, if you were to judge a book by its cover, it was something that, you might have been really leery to even grab it. But it was through Give My Books Network. It was a great pickup and it was a lot of media. So I was really, really thankful for that. So I'm going to go ahead and type in the ISBN number. Where you can find it at is typically up here on the right-hand side. There is a barcode and the ISBN number is right there. And in this case, the ISBN number is 14248338809. And we're going to get a quote and see what they'll give me for it. And they did accept it, and they will give me 57 cents. Now, if I had multiple copies of this, I could go to quantity here and add more that way. And I really like that because it will tell you how much they're willing to accept. So of this specific Blu-ray of The Patriot, they're willing to accept like 10 plus. So that's really good to know, especially if you get pallets or do free book pickups and you have a ton of the same type of media. Check that quantity section if they accept multiple copies of whatever you just put in. Next, we have Pan's Labyrinth on Blu-ray. This ISBN might not work. I might have to, yeah, this one isn't working. So sometimes in the top right, and I want to make sure you guys see this. Sometimes in the top right, it's not, the ISBN just doesn't work right for whatever reason. So I am actually going to put in the UPC code and do that instead and see if that gets us somewhere. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. Okay, it did get us somewhere, but they are not accepting Pan's Labyrinth at this time. So we will keep it moving. All right, and next we have Full Metal Jacket. This one has an ISBN number, so we'll try that ISBN number. Full Metal Jacket, they are accepting it, and they're going to take 86 cents. Now, I want to mention these Blu-rays on eBay are like $4 or $5 free shipping. So these are Blu-rays I would not list individually onto eBay. And you could compare it with Amazon. I'm not really selling on Amazon anymore, but you could compare it with that. I can do that here real quick using the Amazon Seller Central app. You could compare even to Amazon, but something you're going to have to keep in mind. So, Full Metal Jacket on Amazon, the Blu ray used, is selling for $6.49. And I'm going to screenshot this so I can add this to the video while I'm talking about it. And my gross proceeds would be 35 cents. And I want to mention that I'm going to screenshot this too. I'm restricted. So you're going to see these screenshots here on the screen. I'm restricted. You can get unrestricted through DVDs and Blu-rays by purchasing them through a verified manufacturer. Christian DVDs is like one way that a lot of people do DVDs, but it just approves you in a general category. You may still have requirements for certain production companies. So like, I don't know, Blumhouse may, even though it's a DVD or Blu-ray, they may require a separate approval for any of their items. So that's just something that you're going to want to keep in mind, because we're seeing that with books. You know, you can get ungated in books, but then you've got restrictions in Scholastic now. Textbooks have always had their miscellaneous restrictions. There's a lot of like Zondervan, I think is the name of it. There's a lot of Christian publishers that I can't list on Amazon right now. Like, yes, I could go through the process of getting ungated, but that's extra time. That's extra cost. That's extra effort. If you're not selling full time on Amazon to where all that time and effort makes sense, then honestly, especially if you're a free book pickup person like me that's getting large volume all the time, it just makes more sense to use ThriftBooks, in my opinion. So we have a couple more to look up here. All right, so next we have Unforgiven with Clint Eastwood, and I'm going to be putting in the ISBN number to try that first, and they accepted it, 87 cents. And again, I'll do a quick Amazon scan of this one just for comparison. I am gated on it. It does have a okay sales rank. Used, it's selling for $6.93. I would get 72 cents in profit. And again, this is like a $4 or $5 free shipping Blu-ray. So these are low dollar items that you can still get some money for. So if you have these in volume, or if you just have a few, but like me, you're adding them to multiple books that you've been scanning already for the day, it really, really makes sense. And ThriftBooks accepts them. They accept Blu-rays, DVDs, CDs. Okay, this one is Narnia. I'm going to try the UPC code. They're not accepting this one. And then the last one is all right. And then the last one is District 9, and they are not accepting this one. So these were just the single title items that I had. So now my total is $22.60. So they gave me a couple bucks for these three. So that's pretty much how it works, guys. This is my total, and I'm getting close to being wrapped up from this pickup. So I'm probably going to end this total and send it into them once I get like a good sized box together. Now it does show you over here, I'm at 15 pounds estimated so far. They don't like you to be more than 40. So I could continue adding to this and continue racking up my total. So that's really nice as well. It's also very educational. They show you on the website here where you can get an ISBN, where you find that on the book. That's either on the cover or on the inside. And then you can go through and get a feel of all the ones that you've already scanned. Now, the ones that are not accepting, I do delete them from my total just to avoid confusion, but you could keep them on there. Obviously not send them in. You can leave them in your sell list and they'll stay there in case in the future they decide to buy them. But personally, I don't know that that feature is really useful, because for me, like, it's kind of in this moment, like within 48 hours, maybe 3 days, I'm scanning and sending stuff. It's not going to be like weeks from now I'm sending in something to them. So it's probably one feature that I'm like not really crazy about. And I have gotten feedback from you guys about that as well with scanning. And I've mentioned it to them as well. So they are aware and they're working on tweaking some things. So stay tuned for like future things that are coming with ThriftBooks, especially with the mobile app. But that is just kind of my experience so far, again, with ThriftBooks. Now, with Sell Back Your Book, let's scan and see. Just for one more final comparison, we're scanning Unforgiven, and Sell Back Your Book isn't even accepting it. Sell Back Your Book is not accepting it right now. Full Metal Jacket, they're not accepting it. I don't know if you guys can see this. I know my green screen is making it kind of weird. And yeah, Pan's Labyrinth, they're not accepting it. So Sell Back Your Book wouldn't even accept these. Amazon, it's pretty comparable. I'm actually making more after Amazon fees with ThriftBooks. And ThriftBooks took 3 out of the 6 that I scanned. So to me, it's worth it. It's worth at least checking and doing a quick comparison. Again, if you're not a full-time Amazon seller, this is a really, really nice alternative. And if you're someone that maybe doesn't want to list it for $5 or $6 on eBay and mess with all of that, again, another great alternative is ThriftBooks. You're going to get better money. It's easier to get it out, and you get paid just the same amount of time that you do with Sell Back Your Book, and it goes into PayPal. So it isn't overly complicated. They cover shipping. You just have to be able to print out a label. So if you're not a frequent reseller, you're going to have some type of printer or some way to print that out. So yeah, guys, I wanted to do a really quick video just kind of showing media. I feel like I don't talk about that quite enough on this channel. I do want to thank ThriftBooks for sponsoring this video. I think this is a good way of showing just kind of an alternative of different things that you can send into them that aren't books, and then comparing it Amazon to eBay to even Sell Back Your Book, and why ThriftBooks in this case just happen to naturally be the better alternative. Thank you guys so much for watching. We'll see you in the next one.